Hi, it's Jared Allison, real estate agent with Century 21 Alton Clark. I wanted to go over a few big things that are happening in the real estate market, but before I do, make sure you watch to the end of this video to find out the 3 Florida cities that made the top 10 most popular cities that Americans want to move to. All right, let's jump into it. Are you familiar with the FOMC or Federal Open Market Committee? That's okay if you aren't. They are the monetary policy-making body of the Federal Reserve System, also known as the Feds. Well, they met on March 21st and 22nd, and the results are interesting. They have increased interest rates by 0.25% from 4.75% to 5%. All right, so remember, this isn't the mortgage interest rate, but rather it's the rate at which banks can borrow money. Increased rates for banks means increased rates for credit cards, auto loans, and of course, home mortgages. I'll say this, if you're buying a home and you haven't locked in your rate, call your lender now and see how this is going to affect you. You have to keep in mind that if your rate increases, you may have to change the amount of loan you can get. What does that mean? Well, you may have to lower your purchase price or bring more money down at closing. There are some things that we can do also to negotiate into a purchase contract to help offset some of those costs, but you have to get in touch with me if you want to find out more how I can help you with that. For now, we need to keep an eye on the 10-year Treasury yield. Right now, it sits at 3.298% at the time of this recording. Because of the rate hike, we will most likely see the 10-year yield increase, and mortgage rates will soon follow. Speaking of mortgage rates, where do they currently sit? Well, right now, on March 23rd, they just released the average rates and they show them about 6.42%. They've actually been decreasing over the past couple of weeks. But despite those higher interest rates, if you are currently renting, you really need to ask yourself this question. Do I want to continue paying someone else's mortgage? So in 2019, there was a study that shows homeowners in the US has a median net worth of $255,000, while renters had a net worth of just $6,300. The moral of this story is to really think about these interest rates and what they mean. Yes, it will result in a higher monthly payment, but that is money that you are actually putting back into your personal net worth rather than someone else's. Yes, interest rates are high, but as I said, there are negotiation options that help lower that rate, and refinance is always an option down the road when interest rates do finally drop. Now, that was a lot of information about interest rates, but it's very important and I wanted to take this opportunity to cover it. Now, let's talk about some of the national stats from the National Association of Realtors. Despite the higher interest rates, the seasonally adjusted annual rate of sales has jumped to 4.58 million. Remember, in January, it was just at 4 million. That's a sales spike of 14.5% from January to February. However, still down almost 23% compared to last year. On another note, new home sales show the third straight monthly increase in February, rising 1.1%, and new home average sales price rose to just under $500,000. Inventory is up, but still low at 2.6 months. Median sales price is $363,000, so not much change there. Okay, so now for some local stats here in Florida. Just over 19,000 single-family homes sold in February 2023, which is down 36% from last year. Month supply of inventory had a huge increase of 170%, sitting at 2.7 months. Lastly, the median sales price for single-family homes in Florida is $395,000. That's an increase of 5.6%. Now, in Volusia County, 653 homes were sold in February 2023, which is down 23% compared to last year. Month supply of inventory, another huge increase of 166%, and it sits at 2.4 months. The median sales price for Volusia County is $335,000, which is another year-over-year increase of 4.7%. Okay, Remember I said I was going to tell you the top 3 Central Florida cities people are moving to in Florida? Well, this was found on Forbes.com. So Miami comes in at number 2 on the list, and then Tampa was actually ranked number 5, and then coming in on the 10th spot is Orlando. So Central Florida has 3 of the top cities in the US that Americans want to move to. All right, I know this was a lot of information, and I really appreciate it that you took the time to watch this. If you have any questions about anything on this market report, don't hesitate to call, text, or email me. My information is here on the screen. Again, thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.
You ain't seen nothing like this.